And another thing that I look at is I look back on my teams up there a little bit and I look at all the players and what they're doing today and all those things, as Jerry mentioned, is very, very important. And I thank them. And I thank everyone for the opportunity to be the coach at Michigan and to follow Bo. And I know that when we go back and we sing the victors, I want to remind you of two words in there: leaders and best. And you know, as a fan, you are a leader as well as just as the football players and as the coaches in your own way. Are you going to be positive about what you're saying? A guy told me one of the things one time, that's the hardest thing that I could ever imagine living up to. You know what a great attitude is? It's a guy who never complains. A guy who never complains. That's hard. That's hard. But in the victors it says leaders and best. We want to be the leaders and we want to be the best within the restrictions of the rules and all of those things. Very, very important. Brand said it, those who stay will be champions. How can it be said any better? And he said it exactly right. It didn't say we win every time. It didn't say we'll do anything to do this or to do that. Okay? And as Bo mentioned many, many times, the team, and Brandy mentioned this because he was there. The team, the team, the team. There is anybody any bigger than the team. There isn't anybody any bigger than the whole University of Michigan. And everybody knows my background, okay? But I also know that I am an M-man. I've been here for a long period of time. And I know that it's a place that's very, very special. God, how can you be around so many kids and around this place for over 40 years and not be hooked in that way? But you know, when I look at today's football team and I try to evaluate everything, and everybody says, well, what do you think? I say, I don't know every player and what they're doing and all this, but I do go to practice. I think it's important, you know, for two things. I think it's important that I go to practice because I like to watch football. I like to see guys work and the work ethic is there. And I think that's very, very important. I think the leadership that I talked about, Bo, happening, I see that happening out there. I see a team that works hard. They don't horse around and they work hard. And I just wish one thing would have happened today or this year in our favor. You know what it was? The same thing that happened in 1969 in Iowa. We beat the hell out of them, and then we went on to that great victory over Ohio State. And I really wish if something would have happened, and hopefully it's a little leadership that's going to happen with a player here or there. One of the great things could have happened if we would have won that game in Iowa. And you talk about being close, coming here, whatever. Look where we would have been today with this team. And that shows you that the progress is starting in the correct direction. It's a positive move that I can really tell you. And as I say, as I look at it and see what Rich is doing, and I have all the confidence in the world that it's going to get done. It's going to get done. And I know he worries about it, Stu's about it. As the coach, hundreds of times more, obviously, than the alumni, because that is your job. But I know that he can get that done, and he will get that done, and they're moving in the right direction. With a year's maturity, I think we're going to see a lot of change in the proper direction. But again, everybody, okay, you're in or you're out. You do it the way you want to do it. And a lot of past players in here, and past players have a hell of a lot of influence, excuse me, ladies, but we have a lot of influence on other people. But very, very special, Rick, I thank you and everybody involved, Pete, and everybody, and Debbie, your foundation and whatever. But I thank you very much, and it was an honor for me to be here today. Thank you.